All right, everybody, welcome back. Google Stadia had their event about 2 hours ago now. I watched it live, and yeah. So I figured I'd do a video now and talk about it. So first off, the video itself, not Google Stadia, but the video itself, the presentation, yeah, it wasn't good. Would I say Google Stadia is for me? Probably not. We'll get that offhand. But as a gamer, whether it's for me or not, a good video can go a long way to try to sell you. So I think Google should be trying to sell it to as many people as possible. I'm not against online streaming. I just don't think we're there yet to where it will be a nice and great experience. I had the what was it called when they did the Assassin's Creed game? Whatever they called it before Stadia, when you could get the free trial of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I had that. Tried it out. I have slow internet. We'll go with that. I don't have the fastest internet. I think I run 18 for the most part, and we'll look at that compared to what it was. So I was only getting 1080p, which was fine. But even at 18, it was choppy. Some moments were smooth and it was great, and other moments it'd get chopped. That was disappointing. When I was just walking around and nothing was happening, it was great, just looking around slowly, checking everything out. The world looked awesome. It was a fun game. But when stuff like that happened, there was lag, or I'd twist, and then all of a sudden it'd break down, or low res, the audio would go out a little bit. And granted, yes, that was them trying it out, so it should be better. So can't really talk about how it will be when it comes out, but how they're given the presentation, yeah, that's they really didn't give me much to be excited for. Really, I want the next generation of games, consoles, the way its future goes to be awesome, to have fun, and the video didn't do that for me. The stream I was watching, forget what channel I was watching, the first one, they were having trouble with the video lagging. If Google can't get their own video to not lag, or to freeze or drop resolutions or anything, how do I feel about a console game? Because, I mean, there was only 100,000 or so people they were saying viewing the channel. What happens when you have millions of people playing games that are way more intensive than a video that is being uploaded? So it didn't really give me a great first impression. So there wasn't a lot of games. Like, in my mind, if you're showing your next console, we'll just look at this. This is Google's first console. Yeah, it's streaming service, but for them, it's like their first console. Imagine if Nintendo or Sony was coming out with a new console. They showed you a 15-minute video before, 4 or 5 months before it launches, 3 months maybe, and then probably 6 months for everybody else because of your Founders Edition. Imagine if Sony or Nintendo was like, hey, our new console comes out in 3 months. You can buy the Founders Edition. Here are some games from third parties that have been out for a year now, or relatively new but not coming out in the future. Yeah, those are some of our games. No first-party games. No exclusives. So imagine Nintendo being like, all right, here's games from Ubisoft and EA that you played probably already, but you're not going to see Mario, Legend of Zelda, any of the other games for a console that comes out in 3-4 months. Or Sony being like, yeah, Gods of War, we're not going to show you that at all. That would be a very lame video for showcasing your next console. So yeah, that's how I felt. So yeah, this is not about Stadia itself, of how well it's going to work, but it was kind of a letdown. It really didn't hype me up for it, and the games they were offering, the prices of the service, the speed that you need, yeah, it's just, I know it's the start, but you probably want to start off with a bang. I think they should have probably just held off another year and really just tweak it and be like, here's our first party game that you're going to want to see. Because remember in the old video, they're like, oh, because of the computers we're using, people can do like graphics like you've never seen before. Anything they dream of, because they can just keep towering on what they want at the servers. But all they did is show us games that have already been out and don't look any better than what we have. And if you want them to look 4K, you got to pay $10 a month. Okay. If not, it's 1080p. All right. But I can buy that same game on a PS5 and Xbox, whatever, that's coming out next year, that will play 4K with no lag, no, well, depending on your television or something like that, lag, but not the same thing as streaming, and the resolution is not going to sit there and drop. It's going to run perfect, or on your PC, which, yes, some people say, well, this is so they can give gamers all over the world a chance to play for those that can't upgrade their computer. Okay, if you can't afford a computer to game on, your internet's probably not fast enough to really gain at high speeds. So, and you're not probably being able to afford the $60 price tag of brand new games that you're going to have. So you might as well just have an older computer playing older PC games that are like $5, $10 nowadays, instead of trying to spend $60. At that point, I'd save my $60 and buy myself a Switch, which I can bring wherever I go. Don't need a cell phone or a different tablet or a browser or anything else. So I feel like that argument is a little different. It's like, yeah, but if you can't afford a powerful PC, now you can play your high-quality PC games. No, you're still going to spend $10 a month, $120 a year, plus the price of the game. At that rate, you know, buy yourself a Xbox One that's probably like $180 used, and then buy yourself some old Xbox One games and wait for the new ones to become cheap. So, yeah, it really just was a weird video. I don't think they sold it very well, and it was very short, and it just seemed like there wasn't a lot going. Even the guys who are announcing or hosting presentation, just, it didn't feel like, oh yeah, this is going to be the next greatest thing. It's just like, here's our thing that we know isn't going so well. Yeah, can we make some money back on it? So yeah, that's my impressions of the video. Not what Google Stadia will become. I think streaming is the future, but I don't think it's the only future. I think we'll still have consoles, we'll still have high-end PCs, and we'll have streaming. Will we have physical games? Probably not, but digitally downloads, yes. Because I think this way. The service will continue to get better, but games will continue to get better and require more data to transmit. So it's like, will the internet keep up with the way video games get better looking? Maybe. And will it handle 8K gaming? I mean, how close are we to 8K gaming? You don't know, but it will be there at some point. What kind of internet speed will you need for 8K, where a console you can just buy it once and you're good to go? Or your PC, you buy it once and you slightly upgrade over the years and you're good to go, where, you know, slow internet, you'll be back down to 1080p. Do I want free 1080p or spend a little bit and get 4K? So, I mean, there's going to be back and forth on what's better. But I think there's a future for all three things: consoles, PC, streaming. Because when we get to VR, are you going to stream VR over Chrome? I could only imagine how hard that'd be at a good resolution. So I think as we get closer to VR gaming, that's going to be more for your high-end consoles and your PC, and then other games will be for your streaming. So I think streaming will always be the future, but how long we got to go? I mean, I know we have to start somewhere, and we did, on live, or on live, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, that went over well. I remember having that service for a couple months, and it was okay. But it just wasn't as flawless as playing on a console or a PC. So, yeah. Okay, so that was the video. So now we're going to look at the website and see how the website describes the stuff. So, arrives this November if you get the Founders Edition. So that's $129.99 free shipping. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not getting a Founders Edition because I look at it this way. For something like this, the problem with online only stuff is if I buy this for $129 and Google decides in 6 months that, hey, we're out of it, we're done, we're canceling it, it did not work. I have a controller that I paid $129 for, plus games I can't play anymore. Maybe if they go under, they'll let you download physical copies of the game. Well, not physical, but digital downloads of the game, so you can keep them yourself. But other than that, I'm out. So I'm not going to be a day one buy for this. At least with a console. If it fails, like, my Dreamcast, which wasn't a failure, but it ended earlier than you hoped. I still have my Dreamcast and games that were released for it that I can play on it. So for $129, I mean, you get some other stuff with it, but I don't need the other stuff with it. So for me, I'm going to wait until it comes out and I can just use my Xbox 360 controller, my PC, and that's all I need. So let's go through this. One place, all the way we play. Okay. I'm still not playing it on my cell phone because I'm not going to have data for my cell phone that I'm going to want to use for gaming. So that's why the cell phone thing only works if you're really at Wi-Fi, or unless you have an unlimited plan that you're not paying an arm and a leg for. Because, yet again, if this is for the cheap gamer to play high-quality games wherever they are, they probably don't have a data plan that's unlimited. Okay. The Founders Edition, and instantly enjoy games in 4K without a console. You can play across all your stuff, cross-screen early access from day one. Okay. No waiting for game downloads, which is awesome. I love that. That's cool. But a lot of times, I just tell my console to update during the night, and I haven't really worried about downloads too often, except on the Switch, but usually it's like quickly downloaded and I'm good, or I just start playing and when I come back to it the next time it's downloaded. So if you pay for the service, it's 60 frames per second, 4K, HDR 5.1. Okay, but to get that, the best, it looks like it says 30, but the best is 35 megabytes per second. Okay. All right. 1080p is 20 with 60 frames, 5.1. So you lose HDR and you lose 4K. All right, now if you're at 10, which is the recommended, it's 720p, 60 FPS. I mean, can't low-end computers even handle 720p? So couldn't you just buy yourself a cheap gaming thing for a couple $100? I'm not a PC gamer, so I spent $500, $600 on my PC. That's it. That got me a 2060, a i5 9300, I think it was, and 16 gigs of RAM with, an Ace Rock motherboard or something like that. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know what games I can play with that. That's just for, I wanted to be able to do video stuff and know that I could play some games. So I would imagine, what, a $300 PC, $200 PC, can that play games at 720p? Maybe not all the best games, but probably some, I'd imagine. Let me know in the comments what's the cheapest computer you can make for gaming that will do 720p on Destiny, I guess. Because that's the game they keep showing. Okay, so play your favorite games without a console. Alright. Purchase the latest hits. Exclusive play. It's like, so they're not really showing much. I mean, you come down here and they're like Dragon Ball, Xenoverse, Doom, Eternal, Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Destiny 2, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which I heard is a good game. I want to play it. Baldur's Gate 3, which looks cool, but it's just a video. I mean, videos always make games look cool. Some of these videos did not make the games look interesting. I was just like, can we get to the next thing? Metro Exodus, Thumper, Grid. You can see the games on here. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Tomb Raider Trilogy. Just Dance. These games aren't anything special. They're nothing better than anything that's out there. Their first video was make games look like the next gen. They don't look next gen yet. They just look last gen. So, I mean, what are you really getting from the service yet other than being able to play wherever you go? But I don't know, it's just not selling it. I know it's not for me. It's for certain people, but who? People that aren't really into gaming, trying to get them into gaming? Okay, maybe. Maybe they're hoping they'll just get people to sign up for the $10 a month, play a couple games here and there, and then just forget about the service and still collect the $10 a month. Maybe. So start playing with Stadia. So you get the Ultra Comcast device, you get a controller, and you get 3 months service, plus you can give 3 months to a friend, a buddy pass as they call it, for $130. And additional controllers is $69. Yeah. So playing on TV up to 4K, you need the Chromecast Ultra, unless you already have some a computer hooked up to your TV. All right, so here's the plans. What's the difference? So for $10 a month, you get 4K, up to 4K, 60 frames. Okay, buy games whenever you want. I would hope so. Free resolution up to 1080p, 60 frames per second, stereo. Buy games whenever you want. Yes. Okay. Additional free games released regularly. So you don't get a free game, you get a game that you can play as long as you have the service. So Destiny 2 The Collection is the only one they're showing right now. How long regularly means? Once a month? Once every other month? I don't know. For free, you don't get that. Stadia Pro exclusive discounts on select games purchased. Yes. No for the free. So what is that? Maybe 10% off games if you buy them with the plan versus without the plan. I would hope if you're paying $10 a month, it would be like 30% off. So a $60 game, $40 instead of, $60. That would entice me to buy the plan if I'm a PC gamer. I would really hope they would give you the option just to download the game to your computer, like it's Steam, and play it on your computer. And then when you go over a friend's house, you can just hook up to the service online. I think that would make Stadia so much better, to the point where you're like, hey, we're just a PC client like Steam or Epic Game Store, and you buy your games from us, you can play, download them to your computer, you can play them. But if you decide to go somewhere else, you log into your service on Chrome, anywhere you go, and then you can play your game wherever you are. It streams right to you, not from your PC, from our servers. So that way you get the same high quality and not worrying about the lag from your computer to wherever you are. That would make it better. Maybe that's where they move to if this doesn't succeed. I think that would be awesome. Then there's no complaints. It's just another video game store with the added bonus of being able to play wherever you want. It'd be like having Xbox Live Game Pass and being like, hey, Xbox, I'm at a friend's house. Can I just play my game over the internet? Or, I'm on my computer. Can I play my game over here? That would be cool. Great extra service. Or like PlayStation Now. I think that would be great for Stadia. Hopefully that's what they're thinking. They just haven't got to that point yet. You think that would have been where I started. It's like, all right, let's make our own PC game store, and people can play the games wherever they want. But at home, they can just download it and get high-quality games right from their computer, or they can download it and play it from the Chrome browser. So for people that have a great computer, perfect. No, nothing to worry about. But for people that don't, they can just stream it in their Chrome browser. Best of both worlds. And I don't understand why that would cost Google anything extra to implement. Just be like, all right, yeah, you can download the game to your computer. Okay, it's a PC game. I think that would be the smart move. But yeah, maybe that's just me. So yeah, that's really it. So what do you guys think? Did you watch the Stadia video? Are you excited for it, or are you just, yeah, it's not for you? Yeah, definitely not for me. So, unless they decide to change something up, if you can buy the games like a PC game, why would you buy from Steam when you could just buy it from Stadia, play it on your computer, and then you get the option to play it where you go? Now, that would be the best way to do it. So let's hope that's what they do. I can see them changing their mind. How easy would it be? All right, guys, that's it. If they add the option of being able to download the games and just play it right on your computer, then I would think about buying PC games from them and then playing it wherever I go. But right now, it's console games for me. Some Steam games when they're cheap on there, and if I really want games to play on the go, I got my Switch. All right, guys. Have a good night. Keep on gaming, and hopefully get some better news about this in the future. And E3 is right around the corner, or a couple days. So yeah, have a good night. Later, guys.